So let's get into Velma. It's been out a few days now. I did my review for the first 2 episodes. It is absolute and utter garbage. There's no other way to even quantify or sum up that. Velma is the personification of literally alienating and pissing off your entire audience in just 2 episodes, and there's 8 more to go. It's terrible. The show is unfunny. The characters are dislikeful, distasteful, terrible. It basically comes up with every opportunity to just be nasty at any and every point. They constantly ridicule Fred, who's the only white male character of any prominence in that show. They go about it, Fred is basically some kind of man baby with some kind of baby dick, and they constantly rag on that. Even Velma is talking about how Fred is rich and white, so he must be the killer. That's an entire consensus on it, and they use a bunch of racial remarks that's constantly throughout the show. People don't like it. People do not like it at all. So of course, when you go over to Rotten Tomatoes, it's clearly being shown here how much people don't like it. A 7% audience score. It had actually risen to, I think it was about 12%, and it's dropped back down now to 7% as of the time I'm making this video, and it's over 2,969, almost 3,000 ratings from fans, from the audience. Critics, only 19 of them have said anything about that. 53%. That's not good at all. Understand me? And when you get to shows like this, the critics don't like it, but they try their best to not, come out too harshly and say this because they don't want to get blacklisted, because Velma is featuring Mindy Kaling and all of this sort of stuff without checking boxes, so they have to pretend like they don't like it, but they can't come out and completely say that they don't like it. But a lot of people are saying that they don't like it. Let's just look at what the audience has to say, because too what, I really don't tend to trust these critics because they've been bought and paid for, so I ain't really been advised. So let's look at what the audience has to say and what they have in regards to this. Okay, one half a star. That's not Velma. That's a failed version of who was thrown into the bin, but somehow managed to make it into a full show. What a shame and a disgrace of a show. Really disrespects the original show we all loved in our childhood. That's very true. Horrible. If it's supposed to be a comedy, it fails at it. Yeah, I watched the 2 episodes. I didn't even laugh once. If it tried to be a mystery show while being funny at the middle, it fails at it. It tries so hard to be Harley Quinn that is so painful to watch. This show was terrible. This show is a man-made horror beyond comprehension. All of this. Look at it. Look at this. Writing on this show is awful. The jokes don't hit, and for the most part are cringe. Can't believe this show even got made. Yeah, because it's shocking, because they had this Scooby-Doo, I think it was the Scoob Christmas special that was about 98% complete, and that got cut. But they brought out Velma, and I mean, nobody looked at this and said, this is going to bomb hard, let's get rid of it. But they brought it out. Shockingly enough, they brought it out, and it's getting review. It's getting the crap beaten out of it in the reviews. But of course, you have to find somebody to come in here and some Matthias, 5 stars. Clearly didn't watch this show at all. You what they had to say, what this was nice to say. A lot of people are watching this and missing the point of character development. There is no character development, so I already know you did not watch this show. Almost like no one ever watched this series ever. You mean you say when you didn't watch this? Yeah, probably. Velma has a very good foundation. Again, didn't watch this. And maybe, just maybe, if people get past their own prejudices confronted on screen, they'll also grow. Look at that. Now, keep in mind, he hasn't spoken about the actual show itself. He's made vague outlines of certain things. You understand? We talk about character development. What character development? He has mentioned that this person, I say he, but this person has not mentioned any character development because there is none. Talked about how a good foundation. What foundation? What foundation does this show have? The only foundation that this show has is that it's based off of Scooby-Doo. There is no Scooby-Doo. These characters are just named after the actual Scooby Gang, and they've just been given some outfits that vaguely look at them, but they are not these characters at all. So there is no foundation. And then they come out now, they come out and say that, and maybe, just maybe, if people could get past their own prejudices. What prejudice? Yes, people are calling it out very clearly that, you know, they have race swapped these characters, and it's the truth. The only character that is still white is Fred, and they've gone out of their way to completely destroy him. But people are right to call out the crap that is happening. That doesn't make them racist, but no, that's what they want. Other things, horrible show. One star is honestly too much to give. A strange creature that is supposed to make money on the Scooby-Doo legend. The problem is that it has nothing to do with the legend, using nostalgia in a very bad way. Yeah, people, a number of people tuned up. Could not even finish the first episode. Some watched the first episode and decided that was it, and they're done. So, with all of these reviews, all of these 1-star, half-star reviews coming out, really tearing into how terrible this show is, it's time for Velma to kick in to phase 2 and 3. So let's take a look at phase 2. And Bleeding Cool has to lead the charge. Understand me? When look on this Bleeding Cool, they tend to find ways to continue to embarrass themselves as much as possible. Keep in mind, Bleeding Cool was the same set of people. I did a video on this who said that the Robin series, in the Robin comic book series starring Damian Wayne, would not have gotten cancelled if they decided to make him gay. That's to tell you that should tell you the level of common sense we're getting from them. Hear what they have to say, because they're coming out blaming the fans early. That's what they have to do. Velma, what Scooby-Doo gatekeepers trolls don't get about prequel? Yeah, because we're all just awful people. Gatekeepers trolls have it in for Mindy Kaling at HBO Max's Velma, ignoring two important things about the animated Scooby-Doo prequel series. Yeah, because these shows could never just be awful. There must always be something wrong with us, never anything wrong with them. They've made gold and we just wicked to ourselves. Right. A weird mix of Scooby-Doo gatekeepers and folks way too obsessed with keeping characters white. Have had their knives out for the series since the first teaser hit. And spoilers, it hasn't gotten much better since the first two episodes hit HBO Max earlier today. Well, that was when it came out, right? Now, the fact of the matter is that right there is a complete lie of a statement. Yes, people were not happy about the way that the race changed Velma, because Velma is now basically just a self-insert for Mindy Kaling. We could all see that. That does not make people racist. That means that people are paying attention to what's happening. That's all. But no, of course not. That can't be where it doesn't leave it at all. No, we all have to just be a bunch of bigots who have a problem with everything, and because these characters aren't white, that's our problem. No, in the first trailer that they put out, they directly attacked the fans, but that was fine. Let's go out to see what Bleeding Cool has to say. Right. I celebrate the way Kaling and the rest of the creative team are looking at a beloved franchise from a different perspective. I mean a perspective that is destroyed. It's a bold, creative swing in an age of social media trolls stumbling over each other to shred the next thing that shows any sense of personality or individuality. Why is it when people like a show, you all have a problem with it, but anytime they say something against it, you all come out? But even if I hated it so what, I would write it off as a beautiful disaster. So you already say that you hated it there, but you would write it off as a beautiful disaster. You just want to be that guy. Yeah. Clowns. But if that's not enough to sway you and you're still raging at the clouds over how Kaling has committed blasphemy against your beloved Boo because she has, well, that's a very good chance that your hate made you gloss over a basic truth that killing Velma Dinkley says at the beginning of the official trailer, this is my story, told my way, except it's not. It's not. It is not. This is not a Velma story. This is Mindy Kaling thinking to herself, that she could do what she wants to do. That is it. You don't not have matter. I mean, there's a whole bunch of that crap here that doesn't really make of any interest or anything at all. But that is not what it is. You have decided to make your own thing as you claim. Okay, good, you make your own thing. But Mindy Kaling, you in making this, that nobody would watch it. Absolutely nobody would watch it. If she didn't attach the Scooby-Doo name to the list and just bastardize these characters. That's the long and short of it. I know that is getting absolutely torn apart online. The first thing you have to do is come out and attack the fans. That's how you operate. So that's phase 2. You understand me? Attack the fans. What's phase 3, you may ask? Call them racist. That's it. It goes together like bread and butter now with all of these things. Anytime a show comes out and it's terrible, they have to attack the fans because the fans are the problem. They attack the fans, then they call the fans racist, and that's enough to get all these shills out there hyped up to jump on board. So this is Screen Rant. Velma premiere directly responds to the show's racist backlash. Yeah, a bunch of racists out here. The pilot episode of the HBO Max M-rated Scooby-Doo spin-off Velma delivers a perfect response to the racist critics of its colorblind casting. The mature Scooby-Doo spin-off Velma addresses the racist backlash aimed at the show with the perfect satiric response early on in its premiere. The new HBO Max animated series drew fire immediately after it was announced, with much of the criticism centering upon the show's race-blind casting and the diversification of the classic Scooby-Doo ensemble. Rather than avoiding addressing the controversy, Velma tackles it head-on. The core concept of Velma as an R-rated Scooby-Doo spin-off has been dismissed as a bad idea, as many Scooby-Doo productions are not neutral at that. However, most of the backlash against Velma has been either aimed at the decision to implement colorblind casting, presenting a South Asian Velma Dinkley meant to emulate her voice actress Mindy Kaling. So you're admitting it's a self-insult. The movie faced a similar outcry over the casting of Gina Rodriguez as a Latina Velma Dinkley. Yeah, that didn't make sense either. Understand me? That didn't make sense either. Opening scene of the premiere tackles this Velma show controversy directly, with Velma asking her frenemy Daphne Blake how she feels about race-blind casting in the middle of a discussion of television shows. Daphne surprises Velma with her nuanced answer, knowing that while it is a thorny issue and she appreciates seeing more diverse ensembles at Asian women, she does find it ironic that the people who complain about colorblind casting love it when white people play Jesus. I can honestly tell you, Jesus. I ain't going into that one. I ain't going into that one at all. This highlights the hypocrisy of many colorblind casting critics who hide behind historical accuracy when attacking productions like Hamilton while praising the Passion of the Christ. Lord have mercy. Thankfully, Velma's colorblind casting goes beyond trolling racist critics and also serves as a core part of the series' humor, except that there is no humor. You see, this is what you're talking about there. Now you're trying to use the reference at Jesus to say, well, okay, people don't have a problem with that, but because people have a problem with this, that's the core issue. Not the fact that the show is unfun, that the characters are bland, that they spend 2 episodes ripping Fred apart just for being white. That's not racist. That's not racist. The fact that Velma herself makes racist jokes about herself, racist comments about Fred, all sort of thing. Daphne is not even Daphne. You understand me? Not even Daphne. And let's not forget the fact that, Daphne is actually selling drugs. She's an Asian woman selling drugs. Isn't that kind of like a reference, some kind of triad thing there? But no, that's not racial profiling at all. But the fact that the fans don't like this garbage show, you have to attack them, then you call them racist. This is their mantra. This is what they always hide behind. Look at the evidence. Blood origin, same thing. The show made no sense. People pointed out reasons why it was just terrible. But no, you're coming out to say that, this is Velma's show, told from her beginning. Except it's not. It's not. We know who these characters are. They have been created. They have been established as to who they are. This is Minnie Kaling doing her own thing and just taking these characters and just trying to copy paste them onto what she wants to create. She could have made an original show herself and done with it, but no, she decided to do this. And now, because people are coming out and saying, they don't like how bad the show, because the critics are not even talking so much about the race changes. They're talking about how the show is unfunny, unlikable, and how they are just destroying everything about the Scooby-Doo mythos. That's it. But no, attack the fans. That's always the best option. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. And like the video, make sure to hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell to notify every time I set up and I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.